Yeah, basically it's just a rule of social services when you turn 18 at the time. When I was in foster care, you had to move out, and now the rules have changed. If you got the option to stay in care until you're 25 if you want, but when I was leaving care, they didn't have that option. It was February 2011. Moved into my flat, I think, the second week of February. Started that week, started my first job, did my apprenticeship, and also bought my first car. So it was like everything all thrown in at once, and it was just like, that's it, you're out there on your own. If you need us, you got our number. And that was kind of it. Moved into the first flat for about 3 months, which was the plan anyway, because it was a private flat that they did pay for, but that was because my council flat wasn't ready. And then moved from there from the private flat into the council flat, and then that was it. It was like I didn't hear from my social worker for months on end, if not years on it, like without hearing from them, see how I was doing, and that was it. It was just like left to my own devices to do what I had to do. Like no one helping me, sort of thing. Well, when I first started, my job, I was paying rent, was paying basically everything, and then basically I lost my job, and I was just stubborn, refused to go from where the flat was around the corner to here to Romford to go job centre, like just out of pride, just outright refused. I didn't think I'd be out of work for as long as I was, and from that, the bills, just basically everything, council tax, gas, electric, everything just built up to the point where it's, well, I suppose what it is now, till the point where it got so much that even when I got another job again and I was paying my rent again and paying back on top of the rent money that I owed, because obviously the job that I started in the second time round was better than paid in the apprenticeship, and it got to a point where they sent me a council tax bill that was just so enormous. It was just like, I can't pay this, pay that, and pay other things, like other debts that built up. And then from there, it was like, our social services help. It was like, no, it's too late, you've already turned 21, no longer our problem. And then from there I went to my auntie's before I come to here. It was basically, my auntie had a 3-bedroom house. There was her, my cousin Sam, who's 17, 18, and my young cousin Laura, who's 7, in her room. But basically when I moved there, it was, Sam wasn't there a lot, he was always at his dad's, so I had his room, or Laura's room. It was like basically either or. And then, it was just backwards and forwards from there. From there to here. Basically sleeping on a friend's sofa. Basically, for over the Christmas period, I went back to my foster carers for the Christmas period, because that's where I've always spent Christmas regardless. From there, it was all my clothes, apart from what I took for a 2-week holiday, like break there, all the rest of my clothes were at my auntie's. And on something like the 4th of January, like day before I was due to go back to work, auntie texted me, said, I'm bringing all your stuff over to Viv's later. And that was it. There was no pre-warning that she wanted me to move out. There was nothing basically to say that there was going to be me moving out of there or where I was meant to go from there. So basically all I've got is bits from Christmas that I took to have a 2-week holiday, other bits I've acquired.